Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ken, aka the SuperTechGod, and today, yes, I know I'm late, it's supposed to be earlier, but of course some things came up, but I still got it to you guys a few hours later. Nonetheless, it is that time of week where we're going to talk about all the new variants coming out for that week and, give our guess on what we think will happen and what these splits or animations will look like. If you're here for the first time, welcome in. Again, my name is Ken, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to jump right into it, starting with the first variant of the week, of course, which is the Venomized Khazar. So we already know the animation, these leaves are going to be moving or levitating, the hair, the tongue. Khazar is a great ongoing card, especially for those one-cost cards, especially right now with Black Swan. I'm definitely interested to see how this pops out. Nonetheless, Venomized variants are always cool. So cannot wait to see what this looks like, and cannot wait to see what it looks like once we get maybe a go back with it or some type of split. Nonetheless, this is Khazar, and it is part of the super rare pool. So that's right, it is 1,200 gold. Make sure you guys save up that gold to get it, or try your luck at the 800 premium mystery variant. Next, we have this Dan Hip Agent Coulson. I'm a big fan of Agent Coulson. Love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you guys have never seen that show, I highly recommend checking it out. Now, already I can see the animation from the gun. It's going to be smoke. It's going to be super cool. We're going to see that lights here. I'm sure going to be going in and out, dimming, We're going to see this, I'm sure. Maybe animation is moving back and forth so we can actually see Cap a little bit better, or the light on the Cap picture better. And the background's going to be pretty cool. Of course, Dan Hip doesn't play, and all his variants are 700 gold. Then, of course, we have the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. Now, it's a comic book back Thanos. I don't know if you guys remember the comic book back we had with Galactus last week. Shout out to Cena, who had a great split. And, of course, I'm sorry I had to come in there and show off my split, which, yes, it did take over his. I didn't mean to do it. If you guys saw the video, it was me just joking around. Nonetheless, cannot wait to see this animated. We're going to see these stones definitely highlighted when it becomes animated. The Silver Surfer and other things, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, I'm sure they're going to be a little bit animated as well. Nonetheless, I'm excited to see what splits people get with this, because this is going to be an amazing variant. And of course, it is part of the spotlight. So if you guys already have Thanos, make sure you have those keys to get this variant. If you don't have Thanos, get those keys to get Thanos. It is one of the best cards, especially right now in this meta where Call Obsidian, which is the card that's coming out tomorrow, and Black Swan utilizes Thanos to the max. Then we have Dan Hip Squirrel Girl. Can't wait to see the leaves, of course, the hair. This is going to be a cool looking variant. The background, again, Dan Hip definitely gives away 700 gold variants. Very interesting. We've seen a lot of Dan Hips this week. I wonder if there's going to be a new album, as they were supposed to be, and it might be the Dan Hip album. So can't wait to see where this is located. Nonetheless, Dan Hip, 700 gold, can't go wrong with it. The next, we have the X23 variant, Dan Hip. I'm sure we're going to see the hair animated a lot, the light shining off of the blades, and of course the background. It's going to do something super cool. This reminds me of the Wolverine, her father, Dan Hip variant. So pretty cool. Of course, they both go in a great destroy card list together. You got Venom, you got Carnage, you got X23, you got Wolverine. Oh my, listen guys, it's happening. You guys can go all destroy Dan Hip card list. Then of course the star of the week, Call Obsidian. If you guys ever seen the Infinity War movie, he's the gentleman that lost his hand to Doctor Strange or Wong when they teleported his hand somewhere else, or his body somewhere else, and he tried to reach through the portal and it teleported him. This is going to be a cool variant. I think it's part of still the Supergiant and the Ebony Maw. We're going to see the background here. It definitely looks like it. We're going to see this shining, of course, maybe something happening here in his eyes. Nonetheless, it's going to be a cool card to play with Black Swan, dropping this big 4/10 on a final turn with a one-cost card. Nonetheless, cannot wait to see how it's played. But yep, as you can see, you can only play this where you have a one-cost card. Now, before it was wherever you had an Infinity Stone. Of course, they changed it to this. Great change. Cannot wait to try this out tomorrow. And of course, this variant. Speaking of Destroy, we have Nimrod. Nimrod is an amazing Destroy card. If you don't have it, I do recommend getting it with your keys. If you love Destroy, this is a great card to get. Now, there are some awesome Nimrod variants. This one looks pretty cool. I'm expecting to see animation like the glossiness of his armor. as well as we're going to see the thrusters from his feet doing some type of animation. So it's gonna be a cool looking card with a nice purple border. Cannot wait to get it. And yeah, definitely guys, one of the spotlight variants and spotlight cards this week. Highly recommend getting it. Then we go to Electra Dan Hip again. Now I think we do already have this variant. I will confirm. Nonetheless, Electra is a sick variant. Love the Dan Hip again. We're going to see the hair wavy, the background doing some things, and the pop out of the sai from her hand. Still, we'll love to see Electra get a change, right? Probably go to a destroy any 1 or 2 cost cards on your enemy side. Nonetheless, 700 gold, guys. Get those in the collection track, or of course, mystery variants in the Infinity track or the Battle Pass track. Which brings us to Valentine's Day, which is the So It's Spider-Man Grounded Marvel Snap Bundle. So starting off with, of course, the one and only Ghost Spider-Gwen. This variant looks super cool. Cannot wait to see the animation from the webs in her hand, and the pop-up looks like the eyes look like she's, you know, infatuated. Probably see some things going on with the background or even the webs in her hoodie. Nonetheless, of course, it only makes sense for her and Miles to be in this bundle. Now we look at Miles. Miles got hearts in the background. We're definitely going to see this levitating or, you know, moving up and down. The eyes again looks like he's caught off guard. The web looks like she's pulling him. So that is pretty awesome. Exactly what it looks like. He's being pulled by Spider-Gwen. Awesome variant. Cannot wait to see it. And of course, it is part of this bundle. Now, again, these are all subject to change, so I don't want to really dive into it if it does make sense. $50 is a lot. But of course, depending on what you get, if you get these things, based on what they're saying, the value is good, but we'll leave that until it comes out. And of course, in my next video, I'll break down if it is truly worth it. Then the next day after, we have the Magneto bundle. Magnets, how do they work? This bundle is $100 with 10,000 tokens, a title, avatar, this Magneto variant, 1,000 gold, and of course, boosters. Now again, I cannot talk about it, subject to change. Do not want to dive in and then all of a sudden it's a different change. Nonetheless, let's take a look at this awesome Quiet Council Magneto. In the background, looks like we have Professor X with Cerebro. We also have something else here, some light. We're definitely going to see that type of things once it gets animated. We're going to see the kinetic energy from the power of him holding the helmet here. We're going to see the light on his face, I'm sure. Maybe even the cape moving in the background. This is like a sick Magneto variant. Again, if you guys don't have Magneto, it's a good one to get. Then of course it's clobbering time. We have the Thing. It looks like the Freak Show doesn't look super happy. It looks like somebody threw ice cream or something at him here, and he's holding up a Fantastic Four lollipop. Imagine we're going to see these stones on his body highlighted in the animation portion, maybe even his legs. Nonetheless, this is a awesome looking Thing variant, and it is part of the super rare pool, making it a 1,200 gold variant. Then we go to the one and only Juggernaut. Looks like this is Rasta Juggernaut with dreads, but nonetheless, no, looks like it's coming out of the body. Maybe it's giving him extra energy, like a Bane version of Juggernaut, if you can even have that in the Marvel universe. Nonetheless, this is part of the rare pool, so it's gonna be 700 gold. Cannot wait to see the animation here. Looks like he's punching through a brick wall. We're gonna see these bricks highlighted or also levitating or moving around. We're going to see some wind on his fist. Definitely looks like a cool version of Juggernaut. Juggernaut's a great card, great disruption card, even a move card. So definitely check this out. And again, try to get it in your hoarded caches in the collection track, or again on any mystery variant you can find. And now we round off our final four, starting with Stature. This variant looks pretty cool. Remind me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where the bees and the animals are way bigger. Definitely see the wings. Hopefully those are going to be animated, looking like they're flapping. We're going to see the hair blowing in the wind, the grass in the background. Of course, the city looks like that might be something happening. Nonetheless, if you guys don't have Stature, this is a great card to pair with any of your other discard cards, especially Black Bolt. So highly recommend getting Stature. Then we go to the pixel of all pixels, Mr. Negative, holding the negative 8-bit sword. We're not gonna see a lot of animation with this card, but all my pixel fans, I hope you guys really enjoy. I really can't tell out his face here, but most pixels you can't tell out a lot. Like, can you tell out his hand here? Not really. Nonetheless, we could tell his suit, his tie is here, and yeah, Let's see what it looks like when it gets animated. Then next we have one of the best, I think, Dan Hip variants of this week, and it's Jane Foster. Look at the electricity around Mjolnir. Cannot wait to see that fully animated. Her eyes are going to be highlighted for sure. The hair, everything in the background. I think it's going to be a phenomenal Jane Foster Dan Hip. And of course, it is 700 gold. So cannot wait to get this. Super awesome. I love it. It's great. Great Dan Hip variant. Now we have the Dan Hip Colleen Wing to round off all the cards for the week. This is going to be an awesome looking Colleen Wing. Can't wait to see these leaves. It could be just levitating or animated. I can't wait to see that as well. The hair going to be blowing. This is like an awesome, devious looking Colleen Wing, kind of out of that movie Kill Bill. Great movie, great variant. I think you can actually make a full-edged Dan Hip discard, right? We got the Hip Hellcow, we got the Hip Dracula, we got the Hip Colleen Wing, the Hip Lady Sif, the Hip APOC. So definitely think this could be done now with the Dan Hip cards. We spoke about Destroy earlier. Now we have the discard. So nonetheless, that wraps everything up for the week. Hope you guys enjoy those variants. Again, if you're here for the first time, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell, share the video with your Marvel Snap friends and family. And of course, leave a comment down below which of these variants are you most excited to see this week. Now, we did have a winner for the video last week showing which variants did I not talk about in that video, and we'll leave that winner information right here. All right, make sure you reach out to me so I can gift you your battle pass. And again, guys, thanks for all the support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the likes. And thanks for always showing up week after week. I totally appreciate it. Definitely helps me out a lot on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.